All right, now let's take a look at this word problem. So we've got a parabolic reflector. The Eurodish developed to provide electricity in remote areas uses a parabolic reflector to concentrate sunlight from above onto a high-efficiency engine located at the reflector's focus, which is set 4.5 meters above the ground. The sunlight heats helium to 650 degrees Celsius to power the engine. Write the equation for the Eurodish's cross-section with its vertex at ground level. So that right there is what's going to kind of help me figure out what this picture looks like. So 0, 0, that's where we're starting. So here's my ground. I'll make it green. There's the ground. All right. Here, this would be the middle of my parabola, which means that the cross section is, let's see if I can make this. All right, so there we've got a dish, a parabola shaped dish, a reflector. So what we have here is, we need to kind of figure out a few of these different things here. There is a focus which is 4.5 meters above the ground. So let's just say that this is where that 4.5 meters is, right there. So 4.5 meters above the ground. All right. This is actually extra information that we do not need for this problem. The sunlight heats helium to 650 degrees, so we don't really need that right now. What we need is an equation. So we see that this dish is opening up. Okay, so since it's opening up, remember up and down, that's our y, so we know that the y is not going to be squared, so the x has to be squared. So it's an x squared equals, 4py. All right, so I need to figure out what p is. Well, if you remember here, there's the vertex, here's the focus. The focus is 4.5 above, which means that p is also going to be 4.5. So I can start by writing x squared equals 4 times 4.5 y. This is going to give me an equation of x squared is equal to 18y. So there's my equation. All right, next it's asking how deep the dish is. All right, so if we look back up here, it says that the total length across the reflector is 8.5 meters. So let's just say that here is the top, right there. So from here to here is 8.5. The whole thing is 8.5. Now, we were saying that it has a cross section with its vertex at ground level starting at 0, 0, which means that that black line that I drew here, this line right here, is the axis of symmetry, which means that the left and the right side of that 8.5 are the same. So this little half is 4.25 because half of 8.5 is 4.25, and this left side is also 4.25. So if I can figure out what that ordered pair, or even this ordered pair, but there's too much going on there, if I can figure out what this ordered pair is right here, then I will know the height. So I already know, let's see, I gotta write down here. So I know that the x value, it went over 4.25. I just need to figure out how high it is. So I need my y value. Well, since I know my x, I can use this formula that we just found right here, and I can say 4.25 squared is equal to 18y. And so all I'm going to do is solve for y. If I square 4.25, I get 18.0625 is equal to 18y. Divide both sides by 18, and we end up with y being 1.003. So we could say it's about 1 meter deep, but actually it's 1 3/1000 meters deep, or high, however you want to say that. How deep is it? How high is it? So 1.003 meters. Yay!